Back and the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop. So, we live in crazy times. I think it's fair to say we live in crazy times where a teeny tiny handful of what I like to lovingly and gently call piss babies, who live on Twitter, somehow have complete sway and control over the reality, even though they're completely insane bonkers, and somewhat very racist. No, they're very, very racist. Their core outlook is racist in every way, shape, and form. And if you do not kowtow to their racism, they then will destroy your life by labeling you a racist. I think it's a reasonably fair, fair summation of the state of play. So thankfully, we have we have an older generation around who knows how to deal with totalitarianism, which is exactly what we're experiencing. Totalitarianism, small-mindedness. The way you deal with it is the way you've always dealt with it. You take the piss out of it. So, of course, we're talking about Hank Azaria pleading forgiveness for creating a comedy character. And then John Cleese coming along and bitch slapping him with the way, because really that's what happened. John Cleese came on, bitch slapped Hank Azaria because Hank Azaria was indeed a bitch. There you go. You don't need to watch the video now, but watch it anyway. That'll be fantastic. Double dozy. Hit the like button. That is great. Hit the share button. That's even greater. Hit the subscribe button. Subscribe to my every women desire. That'll be fantastic. YouTube. Not a fan of the Rabbi. I think it'd be fair to say, probably not a fan of God or rabbis in general. Probably not that much a fan of priests or imams. They probably like them. So they demonetized my channel and throttled my channel growth. If you can hit the subscribe button, that really helps me. If you can leave it, even if you don't want to. Okay, and this is what I'm saying. Even if you don't want to do it, hit the subscribe button anyway. Comment. That's fantastic. Commenting is really, really unbelievably helpful. If you want to be really, really super nice, I mean, absolutely super nice, go and check out my Indiegogo. It's right over here. The link is in the video notes right there. Freaking fantastic graphic novels. One is 105 pages long. One is 220 pages long. These are pimped out, chock full of stuff. And this campaign is closing within about a week, I think. I'm waiting for one more piece of artwork. That last piece of artwork will be our finishing piece. The thing they're finishing the campaign on. Once we have that piece of artwork, it's going to be a really, really nice poster of an elderly Tom Baker, an elderly Fourth Doctor with an elderly Sarah Jane Smith, if you know she is, forever young. I call that poster. At the helm of the TARDIS. That's what that poster's going to be called. When we have that, I'm going to do one last week push on this campaign. Then we're closing it. It's gone. It's finished. Done forever. You will not be able to get it again. Well, I don't know. Maybe I'll reprint in some way, somewhere or another. But we're going to be launching my next campaign. That's basically what's going on. We're going to be sprinting to the finale and launching my next campaign. If you buy both graphic novels, you get a bunch of extras, but you can just get the extras on your own. I would urge you to get the graphic novels, even though I understand $40, actually $42 for what it costs right now, is expensive. But if you just want the extras, I put that tier in for you guys because I love you guys, right? I love you guys, and I like you buying my stuff. That's the other thing I like. So for $10, you get the For the Male Gaze cards, series of 6 right now, 6 cards, with my I would say my 12-year-old titillations, my 12-year-old masturbatory fantasies. They're all genre related. We have Keep the British End Up, Party Like It's 1999, Don't Even Think It's Citizen, but boy, do I think it. No Hanky Panky and Dart is my personal favourite. I'm Sensing Strong Emotions, Captain. And the latest, I would say, just fantastic. Absolutely fantastic one. The Force is female. Oh, it's worth it just for that card on its own. The Force is female. If we hit $8,000 on the campaign, we're about $1,000 away. I think we can do it. If we hit $8,000, everybody gets this poster as well. It's a A2. That's 18 by 22, 24. It's big, or you can get it as an add-on. So you got that. We have The Eyes Have It, another A2 poster, and we just added this one on a little while ago. Great Balls of Fire. So the last poster we're adding on is Forever Young. Check it out. I think we've got about a week to go. Then we are wrapping this up. Fine. You know what else is being wrapped up? Comedy and common sense. those things that we all kind of enjoyed at one point. So remember The Simpsons? You got to think back, because it's a long time ago. I haven't seen The Simpsons for years and years and years. I can't imagine it's any good. It wasn't. It kind of waned. When I started like 10 years ago, 10, 15 years, God only knows what it's like now. It's going to be pretty bad because Hank Azaria is now deeply apologizing for creating, I think, this very, very affectionate character called Apu. You see, it used to be, for something to be racist, so there had to be some kind of hatred. There had to be some kind of bile, behind it. I think this was, I think this came from the 80s. That's what it seems. So I think this came from a period of time when we all kind of knew we were different, and we all liked being different, and we just saw ourselves as the same, even though we were different, right? We didn't see skin color as being a big thing. We didn't see being from a different nation or something. We were all the same, right? And that way we can make fun of each other because we're making fun of ourselves. Not anymore. So yeah, there's a thing that blackface is. I do understand blackface can be quite offensive. I don't think anything is universally offensive in every circumstance. That's just me, right? I think there's got to be. There can't be totalitarianism. Totalitarianism is bad news, and that's really what's taking over the States right now. Blackface, generally speaking, reasonably hateful, right? So that's not a practice done so much anymore. That is making fun of black people. I think it is, yeah. But again, I think you can do blackface if making fun of blackface, right? I think Sarah Silverman did it. A bunch of people have done it, making fun of black. That again, that's a way that anything can be become acceptable. Now it's got a lot weirder. If you voice a character that doesn't have your skin color, that's also considered blackface in the same Puritan totalitarianism world. And if you don't agree with this insanity, your life is over. So we got Hank Azaria, a bit of a schmuck in my estimation. I mean, listen, how many years have you been on The Simpsons? You must have a bob or two. I mean, I think you got FU money. I don't think you need to do this. Like let's say they say, fine, we're going to end your career. Firstly, they won't. If you just go independent, you can do whatever you want. And I think freedom is worth independent. It depends. Secondly, it's a bad idea. It's a bad idea to reinforce people's delusions, right? I think that doesn't help anyone, and I think that's what's going on here. We're reinforcing delusions that Hank Azaria doesn't like Indian people because he made the character Apu, which I think is, again, it was a shared common experience across the Western world, especially across America. That convenience stores, quickie marts were often run by Indian people, right? And it was just kind of a way of life. And again, nobody went like, oh, I hate you because you have a different accent and you're no, we're just like, we're different, but we're all the same. That was what the world used to be, but not anymore. It's a deeply racist world. So let's start the story over here. This bank started back in 2017 when Apple was deemed offensive by comedian Harry Konbolu in his documentary The Problem with Apu. Okay, just because you're offended doesn't mean you're right. I always agree with Ricky Jason who says that. Everything Apu is like a running joke, and the running joke is he's Indian. I don't think he's Indian. Yeah, again, but how is this any different than Homer Simpson or any of the other characters that they affectionately poke fun at tropes of Americana throughout? Like I can't remember what the Homer's friends are called. Barney, the two people were. None of these people are shown in a complimentary light, right? But these are all types of people that we all know and we all deal with, as was Apu. It wasn't a joke that he was Indian. He was one of the people that we commonly deal with and we like, but they're different, and that difference has humor in it. I don't think it's a poking down at anyone, while failing to understand that Simpsons' main shtick is making fun of stereotypes. Gee, I should have just read the end of the sentence, shouldn't I? I really should have done that. I don't think you can be a very good comedian if you're just dumb. During a recent interview with Armchair Expert podcast, at the 1 hour 15 mark, Azaria talked about voicing Apu and the lessons that his experience following the release of the program with Apu has taught him. He should have just come out hard against him, saying, "You are the racist," right? But ifs and ands or pots and pans, there would be no needs of tinkers. I was speaking at my son's school, and I was talking to the Indian students there because I wanted to get their input. Okay, why are you talking to kids? Kids are morons. Kids don't know anything. I mean. Some kids are smart, but basically their life experience is low. A 17-year-old, maybe a year ago, he's never even seen The Simpsons, right? But knows what Apu means. How can you know what it means if you've never seen it? It sounds like he's completely ignorant, but knows everything. No, you can't have both. You can't have it both ways. It's practically a slur at this point. All he knows is that his people are thought of and representative to many people in this country. Again, how is Apu negative? Right, I don't understand. He's a hard-working businessman. Okay, yeah, he will resell a dodgy hot dog. Okay, but again, why does everybody need to be presented as perfect people? That's when you do that, you remove any likability of a character, right? And that's really what happens. And you make any relatability of the character, any affection for the character. But yeah, it doesn't matter because these idiot children haven't thought anything beyond their own noses. Sarah's continued, with tears in his eyes, he said to me, and it was so sweet the way you put it. Would you please tell the writers in Hollywood that they what they do and what they come up with really matters of people's lives? No. Will you please tell your teachers and the people telling you this is wrong the damage they're doing to you and the world? Right? You're making the world into a racist world. You've made the world into a racist world. Yeah, can you please tell the idiots that are doing this to stop? No, you can't be wrong. Here's where Azaria simply decides to bend the knee and apologize for playing Apu or these, even though most fans of the show actually love the character. Yeah, it doesn't matter. I said to him, and I'm going to say it to you right now, I really do apologize. Yeah, this sounds like that really cringe video where they were like, I take accountability, I take responsibility. Oh God, it made me want to vomit. I really do apologize. I apologize for my part in creating that loving take on a piece of Americana. I apologize for making you part of the melting pot and making you one of us. You want to be different. You want your skin color to define you. I think it's repugnant, but I'm sorry. I apologize for my part in creating participating at. Part of me feels like I need to go to every single Indian person in the country and personally apologize. You massive pussy. You massive, massive pussy. Normally I quite like a bit of pussy. Not so much here. Azaria proceeds to explain himself even further that he was initially inspired by Peter Sellers' performance in a movie called The Party. Peter Sellers in brownface doing this really silly character. Okay, now here's a great example of oh God, I can't even read it. Of white privilege relative advantage. To me, as a 15-year-old, I saw the movie, and there's no difference between how funny Peter Sellers is as a French guy, as Clouseau, or as a German guy in Doctor Strangelove, or as Harundi Bakshi in The Party. It's just funny. Yes! That's called sanity. Let it run. So I'm like, I'm a great mimic. I'm an inspiring voice guy, so I can do an accent. I can do Doctor Strangelove. I can do Clouseau. So there's no difference. It's all good. So happily, I'm happily homaging this joyous character of Apu because it's a joyful performance by Sellers. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was adding. That Sellers' performance was very marginalizing and racist. No, it wasn't. You're an idiot. You're just a virtue signaling idiot, for no reason whatsoever. What's interesting is Azaria himself believed that Senna's performance in the party was racist and marginalizing, but now he's realizing how offensive it was. When did you realize it? When did you come to think it was marginalizing and racist? Because I still don't. After it was singled out as the man who made that poo for the Simpsons offensive. Okay, so this goes on, blah, 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 blah. Any other stupidity he's going to say? Right, for act of pure stupidity. Thankfully, we have geniuses. We have comedic geniuses in the world. John Cleese comes along, and bursts Azaria's bubble. I always say, reason humor is so good because it puts everything into perspective, cuts everything down to size. The way you want to destroy somebody is to satirize them. It cuts everything down. Harry Potter had a real piece of pure wisdom with the demons called the boggarts, right? The boggarts were something that you're totally afraid of, right? And the spell you had to dispel a boggart is ridiculous. Make it ridiculous, right? And this is what John Cleese does. So he goes on to Twitter and says, "Not wishing to be left behind by Hank Azaria, I would like to apologize on behalf of Monty Python for all the many sketches we did making fun of white English people. We're sorry for any distress we may have caused." And he goes on. You think that's it? Gets better. Somebody replies and says, "What about all those Yorkshiremen you made fun of? I bet they took gallons of hashtag umbrage, right?" So Cleese says, "We settled out a goal mainly for nursing home expenses." John Cleese, don't just live forever. We need you. Even when I disagree with you, we need you. No apologizing to the Romans. Then, after all, what have the Romans ever done for us? Okay, referencing one of the greatest comedy bits of all time. They enslaved us for over 3 centuries, and they owe us reparations. That's funny. That is funny. Give us reparations. 100%. So Jason Nielsen comes over. Then I'm sorry we found them all hilarious. Couldn't help ourselves. That makes you all oppressors. Oh, this is worth Azaria being a dick. This is not a dick, a pussy. This is worth Azaria being a pussy to watch John Cleese being so wonderfully a dick. Ooh, craving a bag of those otter noses right now. Don't bait the vegans. It's John Cleese. They don't have enough on their plate anyway. Well, that is true. Thank you, John Cleese. John Cleese, you cast the wonderful spell ridiculous at Azaria's boggart of making making humor racist, making everything racist. Because it's 2021. If it's not racist, it's not real, baby. My name's Philip Becken, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring that little bell so you're notified when new videos drop.